Yeah, it's nice to meet you finally.
So nice to meet you.
Your song Ain't That Bad, you wrote with Lydia Sutherland and Rich Cloak. How was that?
Oh my gosh, Rich and Lydia are two of my favorite people. Like, Rich was actually one of the first people that I ever met. And I met him when I was playing at a writer's round because I was just about to put out Take Me Back to Tiki. And that was the first song that I was kind of releasing like after meeting people online. And he was just immediately somebody. And he's like, yeah, like if you ever want to write, let me know. And so I started writing with him and then met Lydia online. And just immediately when you write with people, you can kind of tell it like who you click with. And there's just people that you write with that totally get everything that you're saying, or you don't even have to say it and they just know what you're thinking. And it's this really cool relationship. And I felt that both immediately with them. So when the three of us started writing together, it was just honestly like one of the most productive, but just like the coolest things would happen in the writing session. The songs essentially with them would write themselves. And that was no different than Ain't That Bad. Like it just came out so quick. But when we were writing Ain't That Bad, because we had written so many times together before, Lydia was the one who had the title in her phone. And she's like, I think we can make this like went in with the intention of, writing a Paige
Yeah.
song that day, something that would be up my alley. And she's like, I think we can make this title really cool with you and like your kind of style and that fun pop country vibe. And we wrote the song really quick.
Okay, gotcha. Is there any plans for a video to go along with it?
We're going this weekend.
Okay.
Yes, we're doing a music video that I'm really looking forward to it because this is the first actual music video that I've got to do.
How much of a hand did you have in the creative vision?
So much. I'm working with AJ Assel of Roadhouse
Oh,
Productions.
my goodness.
Everyone loves AJ.
Everybody loves AJ.
Everyone loves AJ. That's what I love so much about working with him is he's so collaborative. He is one of the most creative minds that I've ever talked to. Just whether it's music, like playing or video or just like I don't even know if he watches TikToks. Like his transitions are insane. It's been a very collaborative process, which has been really fun where I'm like, what if we did this? And then he's like, but what if we do this? But then we do this with this. And I'm like, of course. And it's really cool.
Yeah, he's so friendly too. I read you
Yes.
hit the #2 spot for Soundcheck Entertainment's 21 Artists to Watch in 2022. So I definitely think that you've lived up to that spot. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I remember getting a message from Hendrik around Christmas last year. And he's like, just like a heads up, like we're including you on our list. And I'm like, wow, that's so kind. Thank you. Of course. Like, it's always a really lovely thing to hear. And then I didn't know though until I saw the list. And I was like, oh my God. But it was great. That was a really, really nice honor. And honestly, it kind of pushed me a little bit. I mean, I was excited for 2022 anyways, and had a lot of plans and goals going into it, which have been just fantastic. Like, you set these goals hoping you achieve them. And then when you do, and sometimes you have to set the big goals because, I just believe set the big ones and don't give yourself the option. You have to reach those goals. And so it's been nice to see some of those happening and having like some of those little bucket list moments come true. And that was a nice little push into the new year.
Yeah. Before the whole pandemic, did you at all fall into a slump? Like it must really like take you down a peg when you have all these plans and then that halts it.
Yes. And so that was a really weird time. I know everyone had their own weird time, but for me personally, I was graduating university at the same time as everything went into lockdown, that March break of 2020. I was literally getting ready to write finals for my last year of school. And so it was really, really weird because, are supposed to graduate school and then you go out into like the world and do all these things. And I was like, well, now what? Like, I'm not going back to school, like physically in person to write these exams. Like, it was just so, so, so odd. I don't know. It was a weird time. And I was excited because I was like, I'm done school. Like, that's one less thing I have to focus on. And just, it can be music 24/7. And I had some really cool shows lined up for the summer and music being recorded and everything. But I'm a very, ever since I was younger, I've always been like a find the silver lining person because I really believe that there's good things that can come out of everything. And even I have to tell myself that sometimes because when things really suck, sometimes you have to find something to keep you going. And instead, I just kind of reworked everything that I was doing. And I always feel really weird saying this, but I'm a little grateful for that stop in time. Not grateful for the pandemic by any means, but I am thankful for time slowing down a little bit because I don't think that without that, I would be putting out the music that I put out the last year and a half, 2 years.
Mhm.
And that's only because I had time to sit back and really think about what I wanted to say and what I wanted to sound like. And when you're so busy all the time, when you go, 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 sometimes those things get pushed back or they don't get as much attention as what they actually should be getting. And I knew that that was something that I needed to focus on. And so I had all the time in the world to do that. And so I felt like it gave me a really like a big opportunity to brand myself and figure out exactly what I needed to say and what I wanted to sound like. And I became a lot more involved in the recording process and a lot more involved in the like the overall, like just overall production. And it definitely sucked, but I am really grateful for that time because of those moments.
Yes, I agree. I think too, like a lot of people during that time are younger and don't have families and stuff like that. They're able to still, again, with the writing, I can only imagine how much more real it is and
Yeah.
experiences and a different viewpoint.
Absolutely. And that's why I was really thankful in a way too, because I was coming back home anyways from school. So I felt like I was in a position where I was fortunate enough to just devote my time towards writing and making music because I was living at the cottage with my family. And, I didn't have some of those other stresses. Everyone had their own stress and things that they were going through during it. But I was like, this is an opportunity. And again, I always feel so weird saying that, but I'm like, this was an opportunity for me to kind of take time for me and figure out the next steps in my career.
Yeah. So you have here your Tiki song and this one ain't that bad. Is there a vision, like if you were to come out with like an EP or an album?
Fun stuff.
I think there's like different ways that you can do it, especially these days now. It doesn't have to be one full complete thing, but is there like kind of a vision or a message they're going to go with that direction or have like standstill songs?
I love that question. Ooh, I've never been asked that before. I love that question. Yes, I am. Everything I feel that I put out, like regardless, and I feel like I've covered a lot of, areas, like Take Me Back to Tiki is all about a tiki bar. And then there's been drinking songs and breakup songs, but everything I try to say and everything I want to say, I feel has been very positive because I'm a really big stickler on that. Even when I'm writing, I'm like, even if we're writing something that's a little bit down in the dumps and sad, I'm like, I just want to have like that positive outlook, whether it's in the lyrics or in the overall sound. And I think that's like kind of the general message that the EP is going to have, is it will have that no matter what kind of we're singing about, it will be very reflective of self-empowerment and positivity. And because I think that's important. And I know people have been through a lot these past 2 years and it's really easy to get down on yourself. And the one thing that people have said to me after I play is that they're like, your music just makes me feel good. And I'm like, that is all you can ever ask for, is to put out something that makes people feel good about themselves or helps them go through whatever they're going through. So that's my vision, because there is an EP coming out in 2023 and that's the overall goal for it. But there's going to be new songs. Some of the old ones are not going to be included on it. Ain't That Bad will for sure.
Yep.
But all the old ones were just kind of like the little standalone singles to introduce my music. And now I'm excited to put out a complete project.
Yes, it's very exciting. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
So good luck. I would love to hear you play a little bit. I see at the beginning you have this really beautiful sparkly guitar.
Yes, that was aside from COVID, reflecting and doing all the COVID things. I rhinestoned a guitar during that time too, because I was extremely bored and I just love rhinestoning things. And I always have from when I was little. I used to figure skate. So my mom is a figure skating coach. And so all of my dresses, we would rhinestone them ourselves at our kitchen table. But I've always just loved making things sparkly. So whole thing, I got really... It ain't that bad going out in a tight dress, instead of staying in wearing my sweats. It ain't that bad drinking cause I'm happy, not drinking to forget that you left me. I ain't mad about it, not half as sad about it as I thought I'd be. Guess took losing you to see that I'm turning heads at the bar, walking in, breaking hearts, not caring what you think, dancing all by myself, don't need anyone else, cause the spotlight's hitting me different than it ever has. Boy, that hurt is fading fast, and I don't need a guy like you holding me back, cause single life ain't that bad. It ain't that bad not sharing this king size Sometimes you win when you lose. You were never what I needed. Thank God you did the leaving. 'Cause I'm turning heads at the bar, walking in, breaking hearts, not caring what you think. Dancing all by myself, don't need anyone else, 'cause the spotlight's hitting me. Different than it ever has, boy. That hurt is fading fast, and I don't need a guy like you holding me back. You single life ain't that. No, it ain't, no, it ain't, no, it ain't that bad, bad. No, it ain't, no, it ain't, no, it ain't that bad. Different than it ever has, boy. That hurt is fading fast, and I don't need a guy like you holding me back. The single life ain't that bad.
Wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful. You're not afraid to belt it. And it's got to be
No.
a little odd here on Zoom, but you totally rock that.
Singing on Zoom was definitely something I think everybody had to get used to. It's a weird thing still. I don't know if we'll ever actually get used to singing on Zoom.
No, you look like you're having the time of your life.
Oh,
there.
thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think that just about covers it. It was nice to meet you. I'm so excited to see
you.
that video and what you've got coming up next. I'm sure you've got lots of performances to make up for those last couple of years.
Very much. And just I've been trying to go out as much as I can to watch other people's shows in the area too, because that's just as fun. And that was a big part that was missed too, was getting to go and watch your friends play.